It is hard to believe that such a transformation could occur. A placid river winding its way through scenic mountains and valleys suddenly swells to the brink. Unseasonable weather from New Mexico to the east coast had left 75 dead, thousands homeless, and the Susquehanna on the rise. Then about 300 yards up the shoreline from the river slope of the Knox Company, a sudden breakthrough at 11:42, the morning of January 22nd. Round and round swept the ice-choked waters, which followed a new course into the caverns below. Gallons and gallons of water cascading deeper than anyone dared guess, and the swirl grew greater and greater. And the waters would not be confined. The slashing attack would eat into the riverbank and create a gaping hole 40 to 50 feet under railroad tracks running along the shore.
Yeah, so when we started to step in this water, we realized, well, there's water coming in, but we didn't know where. So Myron Thomas and myself decided, well, let's head for the river slope. That was our closest exit.
We tried to get to that point a few times, but we could never get there because there was too much water.
You could see the pressure of the water was getting much greater.
The water just come like a flood, just gushing right down at us.
Chunks of ice taking the timbers and mine cars out.
And it was big as desks. I'm talking about 3 by 4, and it's just not like little ice cubes. It was big chunks of ice that you try to wade through to try to get where we were going, but we never got there. We never got there.
They were told to get out, but not told why or where to go. As the men traveled from place to place, their paths were blocked by the rising water. There would be no hope if they could not get to higher ground. But the water and ice played an unfair game of cat and mouse and would give no clue as to which way was up and what way was out. Rising, always rising, the gushing water eagerly searched its new home. Huge blocks of ice tumbled through the tunnels, tearing up timbers. The avenues became black rivers beneath the ground, sweeping away what had been the miners' world.
If we had to get into that water, we would never stand a chance, but we stayed up in the higher elevations and crossed from one chamber to the other. And we just kept proceeding towards river slope, and finally when the chambers leveled off and the water roofed, we figured, well, then we couldn't go any further, and we knew at that time that that's where the water was coming from, the river slope. So I talked with Myron Thomas, and I said, Myron, the only chance we have is to hit for the old Eagle Air shaft. He says, yes, that's the only thing. I said, well, you take the lead and I'll stay on the back end and we'll hit for the shaft. That's the only thing that's left because that was up in a higher elevation.